Well, let's talk about the new Stripe stuff. So actually, I've not watched their video, their stream they did on the 25th. But basically, a lot of what I gather from it, they only really announced that like a date, right, and information like that. But they also revealed that they're having an FD macro button. Now, I'm not gonna go over all that stream. That change alone is impressive to me. I know that may sound like weird. So like a lot of people would probably find this weird, but like the fact that they actually listened and added a FD macro is so ham. They would never do that before. So like I am a little I'm a little surprised. Historically, Guilty Gear has always been like, they just do not really incorporate things for quality of life as much. Like for characters and stuff, like for buffs, they will obviously, but like they don't really add system mechanic stuff like that. Like that's really rare. Like it's super rare. So I'm really interested in it, and I'm kind of impressed. So all right, let's get to the meme stuff, right? So it's this. Now this is actually a gigantic change, right? Most people know this, or most people like get this, right? But the problem is, I think a lot of people don't realize what this necessarily means. This change itself in the current version is really bad, right? Like, of course, it's going to be a big change. So essentially, they show off close slash, right? +3, micro dash, 2p. But I mean, Happy Chaos pressed 2S anyway, so Soul could have just you could have done anything and counter hit him, right? So you counter hits them with 2p, and you can see there's a slowdown, right? Now, this gives you a ability tilting, so that means normals are a lot bigger than currently. Like before, this would be about like, let's say -1 or like 0. Here's a great example. If Zato does 2p, right? 2p 2s, and you get hit by 2p and he tries to link 2s, Soul far S on hit will usually trade or like just win. Frame advantage is so huge like off these normals. So here's what this means, off just directly. 1p normal pressure is going to be a lot stronger. That means characters with better Gatlings are going to be doing a lot better already. So like, let's say characters with 6Hs, 6Ss, 6Ks, but it's not just P normals that are as good. Even there's nothing more to really show about this, right? Like he gets like a combo. All it is this. But this means that probably on hit, P normals are about at least 3 to 4 frames like taller, right? Like essentially a lot higher. The thing about this that is kind of weird, it makes risk reward kind of a problem. Level 0 attack, right? 2p. Level 0, which means it is not very, I'll say reliable. It's not reliable for a lot of situations in Strive, because like basically the frame advantage is not high enough. So this is a good change in that way. The problem is it is a +6 at least, right? Like assuming that combo is crouch specific or counter hit specific, right? Counter hit crouching specific, I should say. The problem is that's a level 0 move. If you don't really understand how levels work, it's like basically block, stun, hit stop, all that stuff. It all is dictated by attack level, and same with like slowdowns and things like that. The fact that 2p is +6 means that a lot of 5Ks, which by the way are about level 1, like a great example is Leo's is 2, but he has a level 1 2K. That means Leo with counter at 2K will be able to get better combos. For example, he may be able to actually, I don't know, maybe like 2K 236H, like some meme shit like that, right? Like who knows? Leo 5K is like a great example of who, like he would benefit huge from something like this, even though his 2K is already level 2. It means that his pressure with P normals is a lot better, which means also his threatening with 6K and other things also a lot better. Basically, you can see already why this is going to be a problem. So Ram, right now, like her thing is like she still doesn't really get that big return off of like K normals, right? Unless it's like a really specific hitter, like she is in like 2 range. That means like, let's say on hit, basically it means that it increases a lot of the combo routes for the characters with normals already that are quite powerful. Same with like the Happy Chaos. Happy Chaos would benefit from it because he has a level 1 5K. But the problem is, like, he combos off everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the characters that currently aren't super good at comboing because of that it's gonna be different for sure. And in fact, a character that's gonna benefit from this huge is Testament, because Testament's problem is their attack levels are quite low. So this change is actually like a pretty direct buff to them. Counter hit, like let's say level 1, is, even if it's the same as level 0, which it won't be, because I mean, that would make sense. It basically means like most of these characters are going to have a lot better risk reward, but it still will directly benefit a lot of the top tiers. So I'm really interested on seeing how they nerf other characters. I think like a lot of the changes are good, but it's like that alone, like it requires us to see everything else. Because like this sort of change is either going to be very fun, but like a very imbalanced game, or it's gonna be pretty balanced and kind of neat. But like this is like the same sort of, it's ambitious, I'll say that. That's how I would describe it. It's definitely ambitious. They are essentially trying to add Gatlings without adding Gatlings. I think they essentially, like, I think it's going to make a small gap between players who are consistent at counter hit confirms rather than like just auto confirming your shit every time. If risk does not change with this, then that means the game will probably be just a lot more explosive. I don't know if people really want that. Oh, that's kind of sick. That is sick. I did not even notice that. That's cool. If they increased how many people have dash cancel stuff, this again is just only going to increase like the combo ability from lower attack level stuff, right? I think no matter what, it'll be fun. Like I'll enjoy it, but it could be really curt. Axel 2K is probably gonna get some meme combo. RNG I think will really gain the most from something like this, and Faust. If Ino counter hits you with 2P, that means she can link 2K 2D. That's like essentially even just, if you view the comparison, it'll make characters who are focused on knockdowns, essentially it's a good way to get them back in the game, but it's still like, again, they'd have to adjust damage a lot, or like really be careful about how they buff a lot of the characters to compensate. No matter what, it'll make just regular pressure with P-normals better, right? Like, but like most characters who have a 6H or a 6S or 6K, they directly benefit from it pretty huge. Obviously, not every 6H or anything like that is equal, and whoever has multiple are obviously very ahead, or if they have a really fast one. Yeah, like that's like a good example. You could potentially do like maybe 5P 6H on counter hit, or 2P, I don't know. No matter what, like the thing that's important about that video, right, is that it shows that it is at least +7, which means, let's say if you get 2P 2K 2D, it's probably gonna, like, almost everyone will probably get hit by that. Yeah, that's essentially it. So this is actually a change I wanted last year. I'm actually kind of shocked that they've done it. It buffs Zato so much, right? Like everyone's already complaining about his P-normals, but now Zato's gonna be able to do some shit like 2P, like Pierce or some shit on hit, right? We've really come full circle. Last year, Zato's 5P sucks. And then like now, like everyone just hates Zato's P-normals. It's so funny.